What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Double Dribble. And today's episode, obviously you could tell judging by the title, we're going to be talking about Jalen Green and who he is already making comparisons of himself to, and give my reaction to that, what I think is, think of that from someone coming in that hasn't even been drafted yet, hasn't even stepped foot on NBA court, or played his first game in the NBA yet. Before we get into that, I just want to quickly say, if you're a fan of basketball, whether it be high school, college, or the NBA, make sure to hit the subscribe button, join the conversation. We love interacting with you guys in the comments. Make sure to hit the like button on this video, share it with your friends, and let's get right into the video. So today we're going to be talking about Jalen Green and a recent report I seen on Twitter when I was scrolling through on Twitter today, and it is the fact that Jalen Green is comparing himself to Kobe, or is wanting people to compare him to Kobe. I was reading an article. It's by it's by Lakers Nation on Twitter, and they're talking about how Jalen Green obviously is coming from the G League Ignite team. While he's there, he averaged 17.9 points per game, 4.1 rebounds, and 2.8 assists per game. He's projected to be a top 3 pick right now. I think pretty much everyone, for the most part, knows that he's going to be, or is assuming that he's going to be, top 3. I don't know if it's going to be first, second, or third, but I think he's got a good shot of for sure being in the top 3. And they're talking to his high school coach. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the last name. And he was saying how Jalen Green is hoping to draw comparisons to Kobe Bryant. He says that, and I quote, he wants to be compared to Kobe. If you ask Jalen today, he can tell you that you're crazy if you don't take him number 1. So basically, his high school coach is, talking to Jalen Green, that he wants to be compared to Kobe Bryant. Obviously, Jalen Green hasn't, said this directly himself, or at least I haven't seen it. But his coach is saying, after talking to Jalen, knowing Jalen, he's always been said that he feels like he's the number 1 pick and he wants to be, compared to Kobe. Before I get into just my opinions or my thoughts on this, I want to talk about an article. They talk about how, Kobe Bryant came straight from high school to the NBA, and people were kind of criticizing him, or not knowing if he'd be able to do that, or that path that he took instead of going to college. They talk about Jalen Green, kind of took his own path and going the G League Ignite route, and going to the G League instead of going to college. They talk about how, he took that route where not many other people, have taken that leap or taken that route to get to the NBA yet, and how, so far it's paid off for him. He's going to be a top 3 pick in this year's draft. He had a good season with the G League Ignite team, and how, it worked out for Kobe pretty much too, once he got into the NBA. Now, looking at my thoughts or my opinions on this, just kind of someone from the outside, another, basketball player, I really don't like that he's trying to tell people who to compare him to. It's kind of sucks, or not sucks, but it's kind of crazy that he's trying to get people to compare him to Kobe, a Hall of Famer, one of the greats, one of the best basketball players to, ever play in the NBA. And he's trying to tell people compare himself to Kobe. I think that's crazy in just the fact that most people don't do that. Try to compare themselves to a Hall of Famer, one of the best to ever do it immediately before they've even ever been drafted or anything like that. But really, the craziest thing for me is, him trying to tell people who to compare his game to, or who to compare him to. I think as a basketball player and someone that's about to be drafted, you kind of just let people compare you to whoever they think your game compares to. Just kind of let people do that, do their own comparisons, do their own talking. But I think it's kind of ridiculous that he's trying to tell people to compare himself to Kobe, or that he wants to be compared to Kobe. I mean, I just don't think that's just a great look. I mean, I know it was his high school coach that did make this this quote or this report saying that he wants to be compared to Kobe. But obviously he's telling his high school coach that, he's told other people that. And I'm sure, a lot of people around him have heard him say that he wants to be compared to Kobe. And I don't completely agree with that. I don't like, a player trying to trying to tell people who to compare him to, especially when he hasn't even stepped foot in the NBA yet, hasn't even got drafted yet. He's trying to tell people to compare himself to one of the greatest to ever do that. Obviously, if you want to look at it on the other side of things, you like that he's kind of got the Mamba mentality, as you'd like to call it. Being confident in himself, wanting to be compared to the greats, wanting to live up to those standards, live up to those expectations. But unfortunately, if you don't live up to those expectations or those standards, things can go downhill real quick. With social media nowadays, they can get in your head real easy if they're flaming you on Twitter, different things like that. So, I don't completely agree with it. And, some people can look on the other side and say, he's got that Mamba mentality, he's confident in himself, he, wants to be the best, and every top player should have that belief in themselves. But I just really don't agree with the whole telling people who to compare yourself to, or, whose game that they should compare you to. So, I don't know if I'm just the crazy one, if I'm, one of the only people that just doesn't really agree with this, or if, other people like that he's, wanting these comparisons, or wanting people to compare to Kobe, or, live up to, try to be as good as Kobe. But, I'm just not really rocking with it. So, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I want to hear from you guys, if you guys are messing with this, if you're rocking with it, or if you're just not really a fan of it either. I really say just let the comparisons be up to the people, the critics, the other people talking, and just play your game, go out there, hoop, and do what you can do. So leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Make sure to hit the like button on this video. Share with your friends. We've been gaining a lot more subscribers. Share it with your friends. Share our channel with your friends. To reach as many people as we can, get as many people's opinions or thoughts in the comment section as we can. And that's it for this video. So we'll see you in the next one. Peace.